A correspondent candid with 60 Minutes' Lara Logan.
The interesting thing about this warehouse is that we're not allowed to say where it is.
Everything here is Michael Jackson's?
Everything that you'll see.
Michael Jackson left behind so many personal possessions that they have filled 5 warehouses.
What is this?
One of the props from the Leave Me Alone video.
Since his death, it's been organized by Karen Langford, the archivist.
Well, there was 8 Grammys that he won that year.
To my knowledge, 60 Minutes is the only news organization that's had this kind of extensive tour.
Can we cut away at this?
Yeah.
Overall,
That's him as Peter Pan?
yes.
Okay, what do you have here, Karen?
And this is Michael's handwriting.
And how old was he when he wrote this?
He would have been 21.
21 years old.
He wrote a manifesto to himself, scribbled on the back of a tour itinerary in 1979 that described his mission statement for what he wanted to become.
The document reads, MJ will be my new name. No more Michael Jackson. I want a whole new character, a whole new look. I should be a totally different person.
He talks about that he will need to study and look back on the whole world of entertainment. He really thought about the fact that he needed to change how people perceived him from his days on Motown and as a member of the Jackson 5 and the Jackson Brothers.
One of the things that I discovered is that it was very hard to get a sense of who Michael Jackson was by the end of his life. Because under this siege of accusations and stardom, the real Michael Jackson kind of disappeared. I was hungry for a sense of who Michael Jackson was as a person, and what could be more personal than something he wrote like that when he was so young. I should be a new, incredible actor, singer, dancer that will shock the world. I will do no interviews. I will be magic. I will be a perfectionist, a researcher, a trainer, a master. I will be better than every great actor roped into one.
He didn't have small goals for himself.
No, he's an underachiever, clearly.
Very, very much so.
It's not unusual for young artists, musicians, actors to daydream about how big a star they want to become, but for someone to write it down at age 21 and actually execute it almost to the T is remarkable.
Wow.
He set his goals, and he did exactly what he said on the back of that piece of paper.
He sure liked to collect things, didn't he? Anything and everything.
Because the warehouse reminded me so much of the last scene of Citizen Kane, I had to ask Karen Langford, well, is there a rosebud here? And she looked at me sort of funny, and she's like, what are you talking about, rosebud? I said, well, you know, William Randolph Hearst was the model for Citizen Kane, and when he died, he left a treasure trove of artifacts and properties. The movie implied that the thing that mattered to him most was a sled that was called Rosebud. And so I asked Karen Langford, does Michael Jackson have a rosebud?
I wanted to show you something that I thought...
She brought us over to something that she thought represented him and what he cared about the most.
This is something that speaks to him, his love of kids, and this was a gift to him.
To MJ Love, E.T.?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, wow.
They were so close, the two of them. Karen Langford, the archivist, said to us that he really did have a real friendship with Elizabeth Taylor.
Is the whole carousel here?
No.
Just this one?
Just this.
Clearly there was a big emphasis on children in Michael's life, and everyone who knew him talks a lot about the fact that Michael loved kids and that he was reliving the childhood that he never had.
This is a diorama that was at Neverland.
A diorama.
Yeah, that was built for him actually by Disney.
Now, you know, for people who didn't know Michael Jackson and don't really know what to make of the allegations of, inappropriate actions with children, it's kind of creepy a little bit. In a way, you're wondering, like, is anybody else feeling like this is sort of awkward?
This was in the movie theater.
Did you watch movies there?
Yeah, yeah.
I spoke to Karen a lot throughout the filming of this story, and I got the best sense of Michael as a person from her, because she really truly loved Michael.
She met Michael in 1981, got to be friends with him over the years, and worked with him off and on until his death.
But these are his socks.
Look at that. I mean, those are his original socks.
Yep.
So these are his shoes.
These are actually shoes that he wore.
And he wore those with the socks, and the jacket, and the hat.
Michael Jackson's performance on the Motown 25 special is widely considered to be one of the most important televised musical performances in history. It was the first time Michael Jackson performed the moonwalk on television. It looked like a trick. It looked like a special effect. This performance that the rest of the world was astonished at. Michael initially was very upset about it.
This is his memories of performing Billie Jean on Motown 25. I got an incredible response, more than I imagined, standing ovation, but still I was disappointed that after the big spin, I didn't stay on my toes long enough. I remember him telling me the story afterwards. He goes, I wasn't on my toes long enough. What do you mean you weren't on your toes long enough? How would anybody know that?
But he knew it.
He knew it.